exercise. But I am born and raised from Brownsburg, and grew up here. And it was I got introduced to Beachbody after watching a infomercial with about Turbo Jam in 2005. And I was still in college. I wanted to lose some weight. So since then, I've kind of done some of the programs and lost some weight, and then gained it back, and lost some weight, gained it back. And I met Karen, I don't know, last year, a couple years ago, and signed up to be a coach, and um, and kind of dived right into it, but I felt overwhelmed, so I gave it up. Um, and then most recently signed up as a coach again, and decided to uh, focus on myself, and uh, do Shakeology, commit to doing Shakeology for at least a year. And then they announced Lift 4, and I'm like, all right, let's do it. So that's where we are.
Awesome. Okay. And you know what? Sometimes it just takes a certain program to really light your fire. I mean, I can't sit
Yeah.
here and say that I love every single program as equally as I love others. And some of my best results have been because the program has really spoke to me. And so,
Yeah, exactly. And I think a little bit more of it was watching you guys at Summit too. Karen, I had talked to you about Summit right after signing up as a coach, and just really couldn't commit to the time off or even the ticket price.
right.
And after seeing it and watching it online, and then seeing you guys, I'm like, I'm going to do it. And I finally did it. So I signed up for next year.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I'm excited for Lift 4, and we'll kind of move into maybe all that here in a little bit. But Larry, maybe you can kind of just share your story, like super quick, kind of minute, 2 minutes, and then we'll get on with it.
Pretty much. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Pretty much. I'm from the West Side, Indy, and I was heavy in high school, football player, and then broke down and got down. I was down for a while, and then started gaining it all back. And so basically I got to the point where between that and other things, I wanted to make some changes. And so I got involved, after a little while of you, what was it, 8 years ago, you first approached me with it. So,
yeah.
So you finally wore me down. But I kind of not just want to get in shape, but do some things with it as well, helping others. So.
Yeah. And, and you'll probably come across this in your journeys of a coach, kind of like what John was saying, that he can maybe hopefully inspire some people along the way, is you're probably going to get some of that, I don't want to say pushback. That's not really the right word, but sometimes people think in order to be a Beachbody coach, you have to be this six-pack fitness instructor person. And obviously that's totally not true. And sometimes your friends and your family and the people that you see on a daily basis are going to relate to you more than they would relate to maybe somebody that does have this six-pack or does teach fitness classes. Sometimes that can be intimidating. And so when you're sharing your journeys, when you're sharing snippets of you working out, when you're sharing what you're eating and all of that kind of stuff, to someone that's not at this like transformed version of themselves, you seem relatable to them. You make it seem like they can do it. And by working on yourself, and that's what I even told Larry, I was like, the best thing you can do for yourself is to do you. Work out, eat healthy, commit to yourself getting results. And when that happens, that's when you inspire other people, because they're going to notice you. They're going to notice what you're doing. They're going to ask you, how the heck are you doing that? Because you are who they relate to. And so that's one of the most important things as a new coach, is to just be proof that what we're doing works, and work on yourself. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so it's like, what do we do for the business? And we all want to make money, and we all want to get people to join us. And if we lie to ourselves and say that part doesn't excite us, that's like, we're kind of lying to ourselves. It excites us. We want this to kind of be a business, but in order for that whole side to actually happen, you got to do you first, and make it work for you. So that way you feel good and you believe in what you're doing. And when all that kind of radiates out of you, then it doesn't seem icky and salesy, and people start believing in what you're doing because you are believing in it, and you're being proof. Does that make sense too?
Oh, yeah.
So if you can find anything to do during the day to help your business, is to get your workout in and try your best to live a healthy life. That would be like number one that I would say. So then all this business logistical side of things, like your online office, how do you share your link, and how do you invite people, and what should I actually say? That's the part that maybe, John, you might have referred to became overwhelming. That is all stuff that we can help you learn over time. That is all going to come. And I'll tell you right now, we went to Summit, and I've been a coach for 5 years, and I had a whole freaking notebook of notes that I took. And there's no way that I could come back and have 5 pages of notes and revamp everything that I do. It can be overwhelming. So you just got to like pick things one at a time and go at a pace that works for you. And if you consistently work on making it a business, it will eventually be that. So with that,
and you bring up a good point, is because, you know, after the second time that I signed up, I kind of said, you know, I'm not going to worry about the business side of it. I'm going to focus on myself. And it's from watching others that I think I can do it as well. And even educating myself on YouTube. I've watched a few YouTube videos on what different things are on the Coach Office and what they mean, and going from there. And just doing small things and not trying to do it all at once like I did the first time. And I'm like, forget this, you know.
Right. And sometimes it even kind of relates to the fitness journey as well. So you might even have customers or friends or family that some people will do best by completely doing a 180, and they're going to work out every day. They're going to follow this meal plan exactly how it is. They're going to drink a shake every day. They're going to be like, 180, and that's what they need. Like, that was me when it came to my coaching business. I went all in and I binge watched everything, and that's what I want to do. But for some people, that's overwhelming. Same way as if I try to tell you that I need you to work out every day, and you can't eat carbs at dinner, and you got to drink a shake every day, and I need you to have Energize, and I need you to have Recover, and you got to eat a Beach Bar. People are like, you know. So maybe we start small with them, and we just introduce, can you try a shake once a day? I have a few customers where I'm like, can you just add in this dense nutrition once a day? Or can you just maybe work out? Let's start there. Don't worry about your food. Don't worry about anything. Like, let's just focus on moving your body.
Yeah.
So you're going to kind of find that this business is the same as kind of our health and fitness journey as well. Is that you got to meet people where they are, and you got to meet yourself where you are. Find what you are capable of doing. Sometimes you got to push yourself a little bit, make some sacrifices, maybe get up a little earlier or whatever it is. And then sometimes you got to know that you've got this and you've got this and you have family, and if you do too much, it's going to overwhelm you and you're going to quit. So you got to find what can you really commit to. Maybe it's 30 minutes a day. Maybe it's an hour. Maybe it's an hour 3 times a week. That would kind of be what I would say should be your next thing. You've got your workout, and your results. That's like prime up in front. Work on you. Second.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I love that. I like that idea. And, you know, it's, I've had to learn how to do that with a little kid,
Right.
and and having to come home from work, and then there for a while we were having dinner at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and now we're like on a schedule.
Yeah.
To where dinner's usually about 7 o'clock. So,
Yeah. So when that's your why. You both signed up because you wanted to make personal changes. You wanted to feel better about yourself. So you have to keep that in the forefront, that you really are doing this for you. And then in the meantime, you're going to help others along the way, because they're going to see you can do it, so can they. With a little bit of intention by inviting some friends, you're going to be a little bit more intentional with some of your messages. You're going to be a little bit more intentional with your post on social media. Like if you normally would have just went to dinner with your friends or whatever, maybe now that you're a coach, you take a picture of your meal. Or maybe now, you normally would just go to the gym and do your workout. Maybe now you take a picture before of you doing your energize. Just be a little bit more purposeful with what you're actually sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Does that kind of make sense too?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right. So I know maybe Sarah might be able to join in here too, because she was at Summit, and there was this one phrase that stuck with me, but I didn't really write it down. Sarah, maybe you can help me. It was something more of along the lines of don't just share what you did, like the why, or do you remember what they said, where it was kind of like, yeah, I just did my workout, but there's like more behind it than just I did my workout.
To share the problem, like why are you doing your workout? What was the purpose of it? Are you talking about that one?
I think so. Maybe you could. What do you remember from that?
That you make it more about the problem that there is, like, oh, I didn't have enough energy today, so I stepped outside and got some fresh air and went for a walk. So making it more about a problem than just, hey, look, I worked out today. Well, why did you choose to work out? What does it do for you? But selling that kind of problem behind it is what I remember sticking with me. So like making it about why I do these things, not just because I do them. So
right. So instead of only posting, thank you. Maybe instead of just only posting my sweaty selfie, because we all do lots of videos and we all do sweaty selfies. That's what we kind of do. But if you just only post, my sweaty selfie every single day, there needs to be kind of a why behind it, like she was saying. So maybe it's like, okay, I worked late. I got home at X amount of time. I had been up since blah, blah, blah. Thank goodness I was able to stream this on my laptop, or, thank goodness I had a 20-minute workout that I could do and get in and get out and still feed, my 3-month-old, things like that. So where when people are reading what you're saying, they're reading like themselves into that. Like yesterday I made a post about how, I used to taxi cab kids around, and I used to go in fast food places because I was going to 2 different games in one night and all of that. And this one girl posted, and she's like, oh my God, I think you literally just posted my life. And that's because I put in some details and not just a sweaty selfie. Does that kind of make sense too?
Yeah.
So think about like who your friends are and who kind of watches your feed. And typically we all kind of we kind of gravitate to people that are like us, like when you're in travel sports, I had a bunch of moms and dads that were like doing that same thing. So like to relate to them, I had to kind of deal with those kind of struggles. Right now I'm kind of like this stepmom, empty nester type deal. I only have kids every so often, that I can still relate to people with kids, but yet I can also relate to people who don't. And maybe their kids are now graduated. And so now they're just like 30, 40 something and have nothing to do with their lives. And so now they can work on them. So think about who watches your stuff, who your friends are, and how can you relate to them and kind of break down their reasons of why they're not doing it by you posting. So with that, there's lots of things. There's lots of videos like John was referring to. I'm going to talk to you about our Facebook page and where you can find some things that can help you. Our online office is filled with resources. So our little phrase, Sarah can probably tell you, is that we have this thing called GTS. that if you don't know the answer, you Google that shit. GTS. Because the answer is in the Google world, probably. If you Google, I don't know, how much does Shakeology cost? Or, you know, when does Lift 4 release? In the Google world, you're going to find it. It's going to be there. I don't always think that's the best way, because sometimes you can get into the Google world and get all lost and sidetracked. So our online office is full of resources, and so is our Facebook team page. So both of you, John and Larry, have you set up your profile websites on the online office?
Yes.
Okay, check. I don't know about John.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting ready to work out, so I'm listening, and
That's cool. That's cool.
so I'm listening. Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes,
so
they're all set up.
And then, of course, making sure that your direct deposit is set up. Do you guys both
Yeah.
have that? So
Mhm.
if somebody buys from you?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. So the next thing, which I know John has watched because I sent him the link a little while ago. Larry, have you watched the video on how to actually send a link to someone? It's called Share a Cart.
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah, you sent me that too.
Okay. Okay.
I
Like
watched that
that's
today.
kind of like the nuts and bolts, that if when you actually make a post and somebody says, hey, I'm interested, and you talk to them and they want to buy, that's pretty important for us to know how to do. So if you hadn't watched that yet, I want to make sure I gave you that link. Okay. Now, this is new for all of us, so don't feel like you're brand new when I talk to you about this, because this is even new for everybody that's in our team page. So Facebook has added this new option in our group, or just in groups in general, that we can kind of create units. Basically, what used to happen is we would make a post in the team page, and then there'd be another one and another one, and maybe you wanted to find the link to this Zoom call, and by the time you went back to find it, it's way down in the feed and you can't find it. So not everything will we put into this unit, but there are units that we have, or that I have started creating to help us organize our resources a little bit better. So I wanted to kind of, have you seen those, Larry? Have you seen where those are?
I don't think so. What are you talking about exactly?
Okay. So I'm going to share my screen so that I can show you kind of where those are. So I'm going to click share screen, and then hit share screen. Can you guys see my desktop now?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to go to our Facebook page. It says I missed a call. All right. So let me close this out. So now you can see our Facebook page, and I'm in our Team Inspire page. Now this is what it looks like on a computer. On a phone, it looks a little bit different. But the discussion right over here is the normal news feed that you would be used to seeing all the time. Okay, and when people make posts, that's the discussion. Okay, there's John's post that he just bought a summit ticket. Woo woo. Okay, but right underneath it is what's called units, and it's new for all of us to be able to have some organization for our posts. And when I've made a post, I can now tell it what unit I want it to go to. So right here, I created one called New Coaches Start Here. And Larry, I know, and John, I've sent both of these documents to you, but it was probably in a message, probably a week and a half ago. We've chatted a whole heck of a lot since then, and maybe you don't want to scroll back that far, and where the hell was that file? So if you come here to units, I have those right there for like the checklist and the new coach guide, okay? Another document about inviting. This is really, really key. I remember at the very beginning, and Sarah could probably tell you too, that it's hard to know what to say when we're sending a message. It's hard to know how we reach out. And so this inviting script document, and I know I have two guys on the call right now, so some of these messages might sound a little girly and you might have to put them into dude speak, but it can at least give you some ideas of how you can reach out and send an invite to different things. Very, very good resources right there. And then this last one here, this is new since Summit for all of us, is this thing called Google Streak. It's It's a way to kind of keep track of your emails and your customers and things like that, and when you should follow up with them. And I really, really highly suggest that you check this unit out. Sarah could probably tell you as well that it's been really awesome for us. And in this post, let's close that out. In this post, so when I clicked on that, it brings up the post that I created back whenever I created it. I have put some samples down here in the comments. So it says, let me see more. I'm going to post my examples in the comments, and you can copy and paste and edit and create your own. So down here in the comments, I have created, if somebody was interested in 80-day obsession, this is kind of the email that I sent them. If they are interested, if they just joined the team, here's the email that I sent them. This is totally there for you to copy and paste and edit and sound like you, okay? I know they're long, but this is genius. When we were there at Summit, we learned about these. So inviting to a sneak peek, inviting to lift 4, there's all these sample snippets that are there. And again, I found that by going to our Team Inspire Facebook page and coming to the units, okay, and they're all right in here. Now on your phone, you can access it. I think it's like the 3 little bars. Let me come back to our Zoom call here. I think it's like 3 little bars, and then it's like a menu, and you'd have to be able to find the units there. But that's where I'm going to start putting information that we create to help duplicate everything that we're doing so that you don't have to recreate the wheel. And that way, when I get a new coach, and this is the email that I send them, when you get a new coach, there's the email that you send them. When we need a new program released and you need an email to send them some info about it, we're going to post it in there so that everybody's got the same kind of language that we're using, and it just, to me, that makes more sense. Has it been helping you, Sarah? She has to unmute herself.
Yeah, I do. Yes, actually, I'm in the middle of typing a snippet to all of my previous customers to introduce Lift 4. So yeah, I have all my online office have imported it. Like I use it every night. So yeah.
Yes. So,
super easy.
so some of this stuff can be overwhelming. And I know Larry even mentioned when I sent it to him, he's like, I got some studying to do. It kind of feels like school. Totally does initially at the very, very beginning. Part of it is, that's just part of it a little bit, but you just have to kind of take it at a pace that's good for you. Use us as a team for help. Post in our team page. And if I can't answer you right away because I'm teaching CPR or something, that's why we have the page. Somebody will probably respond to you within minutes. So use our team page for that reason. And let me see, anything else? I guess that the main thing for right now, brand new, is, like I said, to circle all the way back to the beginning. Work on you, get your workout in, try your best to complete a program. Be proof that what we do works. That's going to help you feel better. It's going to help you get results, which is going to ultimately help your business. That's the most important thing you can do, is be important for you. That's your why. All the learning of how to invite and what to post and when to post, that will come. It still happens for all of us, years and years of being a coach. We just have to just keep tweaking, just keep learning, just keep being a sponge and soaking it in and doing what you can do. So I've been talking a lot. So now that I'm going to be done, Larry, John, what do you guys got? Any specific questions before we jump off?
Yeah, I do. Just about working out. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
So it says today to do that free workout like what we did on Saturday.
Okay.
Based on the calendar, what did you guys do today? Because did you do that free sample again?
Let me see. I think I might not have followed the calendar specifically. So did you see the calendar that was in?
Yeah, took a snap of the calendar that you put up for B4.
Uh-huh.
And since the live workout isn't on the calendar, they actually have the Lift 4 free preview as of today.
I do see that.
And we did that on Saturday. So could I just shake it around a little bit?
I think you could just shake it around a little bit. That would be my opinion. Yeah.
Because tomorrow's a full body, and I don't know about doing full body in 2 days in a row.
Yeah. It looks like, at least for this week, I did shoulders and arms today.
Okay.
Kind of naturally fit. It looks like there's not really a shoulders and arms day this week. So maybe, and we don't do it again until next Thursday. So that might be a decent one for you.
I think I'll do that one because it's on Apple. So I'll just do that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I have. I mean, this was great and very informative. So thank you for doing the phone call.
Okay. You're welcome. And my last thing before you jump off is just those checklists. I know that they're long, but if you can just work your way through it, watch a video each day, one video each day, or make a little checkbox that you got done. The more you know about the business side, the better your business will be. And it takes you a while. It takes you a while. If you binge watch it, then you binge watch it.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. So if you have to jump off here and get your workout in, go for it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Karen.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Take care. Bye, guys.
There you go.
All right. What about you, Larry? You got any questions from what we've talked about, or anything specific, since you got Sarah and I on here to kind of chit chat with you?
Not offhand, but I did have an issue with the schedule thing because mine didn't even come up. So I just went back to doing the regular, on the Lift 4, the schedule and all that. Yeah, I pushed on there and it said this is not available or something, and then I pushed on another, and so I just went back to the 4 that we was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Just started going down the line. So
yeah, well, the actual real Lift 4 workouts release on the 16th. So we have to do those 4 that have been released already. We just kind of are rotating through those. Have you seen, I don't know if you can see that. Have you seen that calendar that I posted in the Lift 4 group?
I believe so. And then, what was it? Like a week ago, you was able to push on the calendar, and it kind of showed you an ideal of what was to come.
Okay.
And so basically, I was using that and just taking the samples and putting them in the spots of the week that they was, go be in. That makes sense.
Yeah, well, maybe I haven't played around with it yet because I knew that they weren't there yet, so I hadn't actually clicked on that. But I'll definitely take a look at it and see what I can find out. But did I say you got your box today?
Yeah, I just got it, actually. That's what I was doing when we started the meeting. It was kind of hard to talk on the phone and unlock a box at the same time. But,
So I know something that, and Sarah can probably attest to this, something that a lot of us do is like take out all of our stuff that we get in our box or whatever, and maybe take a picture of it, maybe be excited that we got it, or even just take a picture of your box and not all the goodies and say, this just came in the mail, I'm ready to get excited, or, something along those lines, kind of share a story about, that you literally just got what's going to help change your life type of thing, and share a little bit more of your why, why you got started. So those are just a good ideas to kind of go with. And I mean, the main thing, social media will come, and just like you and I have been chatting about what to say and how to space it and make it easier to read. Like when I see my memories on Facebook pop up of what I used to post, it's like, oh man, I can't believe I said that, or I can't believe I posted that picture or whatever. And we just learn. But the thing that will hold your business back is if you are scared to do it and you just don't. You just got to do it. Just put it out there, and who cares? You will get better, and that's the best thing you can do, is to just keep posting, sharing, inviting. People will say no, people won't respond, people won't comment on your stuff, but they're watching. They are watching. If some of my customers that are challenge pack purchases in this last month are people that have literally either said no like 10 times over the past 5 years, or they've never even reached out at all. And they're like, okay, now I'm ready. So you do you, and you share you, and people are watching. And then when you invite them, they've seen you do the work, and it doesn't seem as random.
All right.
Yeah. Have you tried posting? I know we only got like a couple minutes, and then they cut us off because I don't pay for this option. I use the free version. And so they cut us off after a few minutes. But have you tried anything on Instagram stories?
No.
You're
I'm
like,
not really. I don't think I've ever tried anything on there. So.
well, you're a Beachbody coach now.
Yeah, I know. So. Like, yeah, I got to figure all this stuff out. I don't, stuff I ain't usually used to doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And
Yeah, for the most part, I'm kind of. What's that?
Just take baby steps with it all. But what were you going to say?
I said, yeah, usually for the most part, I mean, until this last, month or so, I kind of keep low profile, but yeah, I started putting more stuff out in the last, especially on Instagram. So.
Yeah. What do you have to say about that, Sarah, about like low profile and all that good jazz?
Yeah, I was gonna say, as you know, Larry, I teach at the middle school. So yeah, I for a really long time didn't want to post because I was worried about, oh, a kid's gonna see that or this is gonna happen, and I just finally had to give up and decide like I have to be me and I have to put myself out there. So, and on that same note, if you need help and need in-person help, like do not hesitate to stroll down to my office and be like, hey, can you help me really fast? And I will be more than happy to jump in there and help you. So, but yeah, be willing to take the risk. If you overthink it gets hard. And that's the whole thing. It's easy to fall into the trap to overthink it and be like, I don't really want to put that out there. But if you just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Nicole, how long have you been on here? I don't know if she heard me. If we get cut off, Nicole, I'll message you afterwards because we only got a couple minutes left. But yes, I think Sarah just said like a gold mine thing. If you overthink it, that's when the problems come in. You just be you. And if, I know, Larry, we've been kind of chatting about, what to say, and, I've been helping you tweak it. But at the same time, you're real and everybody knows who you are and how you talk and how you've been posting for years. So you just got to we'll tweak it here and there, but don't always feel like you have to send it to me. If you're ready to post something, you post.
Oh, they wanted some snacks too. If you
just want to put it out there, that's when it becomes genuine and becomes real, and people know that it's really coming from you. And if it starts sounding like me, it doesn't sound like you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that's the best advice I could do is be proof the products work. They use invite. They say it 3 times because you just got to keep inviting to your life, to work out with you, to hang out. Like you said, I got to go hang out with some more people. Exactly. You just got to invite people into your world. And the more that you talk and what you're doing and they see it, that's when your business grows because you're doing life and they want to be part of it because it's going to start coming out of you in a positive way. So they're going to cut us off. We got like less than a minute, so it's probably like 15 seconds. But thank you so much for joining. Our team page is there for a reason, so use it. And, of course, message us. And hopefully we can get some customers, coaches, growing your team, changing some lives, and leading with the heart, as always. So, all right.
All right, bye.
Have a good night. Nicole, I'll message you.